Good morning, YouTubes. It is February 10th, Tuesday, 2026. And we are on the road right now. We are getting ready to head to work. And it is quite unseasonably warm out this morning. It says 43 degrees. It feels more like 60 outside this morning. And we are here in southern Illinois. In Belleville. It's a beautiful day outside so far. The sun's shining, the birds are chirping. How could it get any better than that? I don't know. But as you can see, I have not released a video in some time. What is the reason for that? So, yesterday started my new week. Last week I had 2 videos saved up, but I don't think that they hit the nail on the head for what I was trying to put out there. When overreaction happens before revelation, take a breath. Something like that, something philosophical like that, like, Rob O'Neill posted. Now, I know there's a lot of scrutiny behind Rob O'Neill, but let's call a spade a spade. The guy, regardless of what happened, the guy was still a SEAL Team 6 member, better than 99.99% of anybody watching this video, including me. All right? I have no right to question what happened that night. So, bottom line is this. I don't care. All right? He said something philosophical and he's dead right. He's extremely right about that. A lot of people are overreacting to a lot of things around us today. And before any kind of information comes out, that's why the court of public opinion is not a verdict in the court of law. That is why. Because once you have one person say something and that garners attention, it multiplies. Once you have 2 people, that becomes 4. 4 becomes 8. 8 becomes 16, and so on and so forth, right? Now you've got 1 million people backing one point of view. And then the evidence comes out. And then we all feel like idiots for even, giving our 2 cents upon a point or a topic, right? That's why I did not release those videos. That's why I did not put those out there. I did not want my channel to be assumed inside of the political battlegrounds of YouTube. I did not want that to happen. So I took a step back for a few days and realigned myself, made sure that my goals were still set the way that I wanted them to be set, and I took off from there. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm perfect, because I'm not. I am far from it. In fact, I would probably say I'm the least perfect person I could think of. I have so many flaws, it's unreal, but I understand my flaws. I understand my shortcomings, and when I understand them, I don't get mad at them. I try to do better. And if I can't fix a shortcoming, like something like me being short, I figure out new ways to do things, right? Because that's how we have to do things. We have to figure out new ways. We have to improvise, adapt, and overcome the situation. When it came down to what I was going to post, I did not realize what I was even talking about. For instance, what I was going to say was an overreaction to the Epstein file releases. Did not know what was going on, okay? I did not know what was going on with that, all right? And I still don't. And I don't think that most of us know what's going on with those releases, and we can have our opinions one way or another on what's going on with that, but I'm going to leave that to the experts in that field. I'm no expert in geopolitical atmospheres. I'm not. I am a plumber, and I am a dad, and I'm a husband, and I'm someone who used to be a personal trainer, and all of that. I'm not a political figure. I am not a politician. I am not I'm just a human, okay? I'm just a human. That's it. And I think that this was a good learning point for me, and also a good, teaching moment for me on this platform, was that I feel like today we react to everything we see, whether that be the newest thing that's out, the craziest thing that happened in society today, all of that, we overreact. But why do we overreact? We overreact for this flawed idea of worth or flawed identity, that we believe that when we get a post click or a like on one of our posts, that we are automatically better than we were yesterday. And that's just not the case. That's just not the case, my friends. You see, we are people that are flawed and by nature. We're human. And we have no right to sit here and say that we know better than anyone else. See, everybody talking today is making statements based on theories and hypothesis rather than fact. Fiction is beginning to outweigh fact. And until we discover what's actually going on in the world today, and until we actually are given the evidence of wrongdoing by certain individuals, we need to let that be handled by the experts in those fields. For instance, people like certain people that investigate all these things, like Dan Bongino and Nick Sorter. All these people are going to be able to investigate it to its fullest extent and be able to give you somewhat of information. However, I do caution you watching any of these individuals on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube, because a lot of it is sensationalized and there's a lot of emotion and there's more theatrics than there are anything else. And I'm not big on the theatrics. As you can tell by all my videos, I'm kind of monotoned. I stay one tone pretty much the whole time. And that I don't mean to do that. That's just how I've always been. I don't know. Maybe not. But there are certain scenarios where I get amped up. But for the most part, when I'm recording a video, I'm going to be monotone. When I'm talking to a homeowner in plumbing, I'm going to be monotoned. I mean, it's because I'm serious about what I'm saying. I'm not worried about inflection of my voice. I just think this is a great learning time for us all. I think that we need to, take a step back, breathe, think before we react to something. Is this right? Is this what's actually going on? Or am I just overreacting to something that the entire population is overreacting to? Because doesn't it seem a little funny that when we all overreact to something, it feels like inside of our bodies, after it's all said and done and over, that we've lost control of who we are inside? Doesn't it feel a little bit like we are trying to control things that we can't control? And what is the number one thing that you should never do? Try to control things you can't control. And that is where I will leave this. Because I don't believe in trying to control things I can't control. I believe in trying to control the things I can. The 3 feet in front of my face, that's the space that I can control. I can't control you. I can't control anyone else. I can't control anything else. And I don't plan on doing so. So thank you for watching and have a great day.